but it's Robertson passing it between herself and the two centre-backs. Now Mullins trying to take advantage of that high Jets line, and it's a good run from Sarah Moore. Moore, and I think the Jets have just about doubled up on her. And Moore hasn't given up on it just yet. It breaks for Toby. Now Christopher, early delivery. UNSW making a nuisance of themselves before theirs. You'd say that's the first shot in anger, and in fact it will not have so much spin, and of course synthetic turf can accentuate that spin. Didn't even go over the goal line, but Alira Toby with the first shot for today. And Montagut holding up well, so Jets obviously as a youth academy not really going to be route one. They're not going to be direct. They're trying to teach the kids to play out from the back even under pressure, but that will provide an opportunity for UNSW. They go back to Robertson. Now Mullins. Good ball. There's another bombing run forward from Cassandra Christopher. And it's wide open. Could be a big chance for Petkovsky. And she's hit the bar. Nearly the opener for Uni. And Cassandra Christopher, who, if you had the chance to watch Uni's promotion season from 2023, she made seemingly countless bombing runs up and down the right-hand side of the field. She nearly set up the opener as well, and it was good movement from Petkovsky to find space. And Uni, the pressure's coming. There was Smith pressing a Jets defender. And Daly was the target. It didn't get there because of Moore's interception. And Christopher, and the drag back, got rid of one, and ruled that the whole of the ball did not cross the whole of the line. So, bit of an early excitement there. Tiana Petkovsky hitting the crossbar. Now here's Montagut with the interception, and that will be a penalty. Despite whatever protest the Jets have, Margot Montagut, her industry has led to an early spot kick, and UNSW with a great chance to open the scoring. Mia Velarde had no hesitation in pointing to the spot, and it is Petkovsky, the player who hit the frame of the goal about a minute ago. She's got the chance to open the scoring today. It will be Tiana Petkovsky against Tegan Harvey. There's the whistle, and Petkovsky slots it beautifully. Despite a touch from Harvey, Tiana Petkovsky kept her heads, and she has opened the scoring. Petkovsky doing the business from 12 yards. It is UNSW 1, Emerging Jets 0. Very positive stuff, and for the first time, UNSW leads a top-flight game in New South Wales women's football. Moore, good tackle. She's already won the ball a few times. Today, Sarah Moore, known as normally as a winger, but prepared to do her share of defending as well. Now, as the pressure leads to the loose pass. Of course, it's the usual Sunday in NPL Women's New South Wales. This is one of 7 games being played in this competition today, and almost all the same kickoff time. In fact, I think they pretty much will all be underway now. And so thank you for picking this one to watch via the Football New South Wales YouTube page, where UNSW have taken an early lead over the Jets. And cycle back to Mullins, and then all the way back to Robertson. That, I think, skipped away from Montenegro. Now Ingrid is looking for Salvador. And Salvador strong in the challenge, and will go on. Now, it's opened up far side for Claire Adams. Adams, early ball, swept up by Mullins. Now, that's, well, okay, I think we're deciding to play on here because the Jets still have the ball. That's an interesting pass. It is covered just about by Puxty, who sends it over the sideline. Good run from Collins into the box though, testing that Uni defense. Adams with got an improvised touch off the hip back to Collins. Now, Uni doing some defending, and well, kind of the player had kind of tumbled over the touchline, and then the ball came away, so almost reflexively catching it. Here's the Jets, their chance to respond after going behind early. Collins couldn't thread it through, but this is all right, you have to say, from a Jets perspective. They haven't dropped their heads after conceding the early goal. And they forced all the home team back well inside their own half. But now is Petkovsky trying to be the outlet. It's a good tackle from Sean Wild. So Uni going with the safety pass back to Robertson. So as I said earlier, it's the traditional NPL Women's Sunday with all of the games for this weekend being played on the Sunday, and is daily overlapping. And there's the defending from Christopher this time, although we do have a few more Saturday games in this competition than we used to. Northwest Sydney Spirit have made Saturday women's and men's doubleheaders kind of their thing recent years, and I've noticed Northern Tigers also have some Saturday home games coming up, but it is mostly a Sunday competition as that bounces out for the goal kick. And yes, so the earliest of the games today was the 4:40 p.m. kickoff at, I think it was Valentine Sportspark actually, Bulls FC Academy versus Football New South Wales Institute. And this is one of 5 games that were scheduled for a 5 p.m. kickoff. The others being Manly United versus Illawarra Stingrays. And by the way, what a win by Manly United first up, beating the defending premiers RPL Leichhardt away from home. So they'll be trying to make it 2 from 2. There's also MacArthur Rams versus Sydney University. What an iconic matchup that's been down the years in NPL Women's. And also Sydney Olympic versus Northern Tigers, Blacktown Spartans versus Northwest Sydney Spirit. And then at the always slightly odd time of 5:10 p.m. today, there was Gladesville Ravens versus RPL Leichhardt. And that Ravens RP game is at the Arctic Circle in Macquarie Park. Nice shift of the ball from Willandau. Willandau, who has it sounds a bit strange to talk about a player from a youth academy such as the Jets being experienced, but Willandau does have a lot of that. She's been in the first grade setup for quite a few years now at the Jets and has some A-League women experience as well, and some experience with the Junior Matildas, the Australia under-17s. As that's the overhead kick is easy for Robertson. Robertson over-kicking her teammates, so who settles it in the middle of the park? As Willandau again. And Willandau spreading it wide. Here's Zoe Daly. Daly. Now Collins, outnumbered. But Jets trying to keep the pressure on. There was a strong tackle there from Ingri. I think that's Claire Adams. Now Threlfo's chance to overlap. They've worked the space reasonably well here. Goes back to Wild. And Wild is fouled there. Salvador beaten to the punch, so to speak, by Montenegro, but that's a bit of a loose pass. Here's Claire Adams, and Adams goes from an acute angle, and Robertson's able to watch it sail across the face of goal, but a little bit of a warning sight for the hosts. The shorter kick out from the back this time, and it goes back so Robertson can have a second go at it. And the ball heads into the shade right in front of us here at the Moya Dodge stand. Collins. That's Threlfo, who was crowded out, and it also results in a turnover. Now, there's Christopher, another run. And she's got two teammates, three in the middle. Christopher has the pass, and here's a chance here. And yes, they've hit the woodwork, or the frame of the goal for the second time. Have UNSW. This time it was Chloe Smith who had charged forward from central midfield when the ball broke on the right-hand side. And inches away from doubling UNSW's delight here. But it remains 1-0. Once again, Cassandra Christopher, the architect. So doing as much as anyone from that right-sided defensive position is Cassandra Christopher to kind of create chances for her side. Landau now is released for Marnie Duggan. Daly running beyond Duggan. There's Landau again. And it goes back to O'Hagan. Sean Wild, and I think actually almost a case of all the Jets players being too far up the field and the only backwards option being the keeper, Tegan Harvey. Past the quarter-hour mark here in Kensington. If you've just joined us, it's UNSW leading by a goal to nil over Emerging Jets. Round 2 of NPL Women's New South Wales. Tiana Petkovski, the goal scorer for Uni. There's Adams. And Adams, this time she is stopped. So Sarah Moore, it's almost a good spin there from Petkovski. Harvey again. The Jets trying to build from the back and throw for. She's dribbled into quite a bit of trouble here. And now Sarah Moore for Uni. Jets have got some numbers back, actually a fair few numbers back in defense. Time for Uni to be patient. As there's the dummy from Alira Toby. Toby, known as a striker really in her during her A-League women career with both Brisbane and Sydney FC, so interesting to see her taking a more deeper lying role for UNSW. Toby leaves it for Murphy. Adams again. Obviously, I think they've identified a threat. Have Uni trying to close down Claire Adams as quickly as possible when she gets the ball. And now into the final third, and that almost made its way for that well-timed run from Adams. Instead, it's Robertson. So I think you can see the kick out, the long one instead. So Christopher will be the closest to it. It's over her and Daly as well. And Moore does not keep it in play. Flag up by Zoe Benjamin, assistant nearest to us. It is what you might call drinks break weather. If you've watched a lot of A-League women in the past, it was quite warm, but we'll see, because I'm about to the point midway through the first half. Thankfully, it has cooled down significantly since I think this first grade game begun, so we might be able to keep things flowing through all the way till the end of the first half without the need for a drinks break. I think there's some well-paced clouds blocking the sun as well, which will certainly help the players. Cleared by the Jets, but only as far as Puxty. Now, a little bit of time, but not much. And Jets certainly not trying to park the bus as the flag's up again. The Jets looking to press high whenever possible. Adams, then Willandau, and then Wild. Threlfo. So there's space to turn, and it's cycled out to Daly. And Daly, in a second go, finding a pass. But UNSW blocked the way to goal again, and now Petkovsky flags up. So you can see, of course, the Jets staying positive, but a fair bit of space behind their defensive line in free play, and that's what Uni are trying to exploit. Daly again, first timer. Willandau is, you can see, very busy in central midfield. Willandau trying to make herself the option for the pass as much as possible, and winning a tackle as well. That's Adams. It goes out wide to Alicia Ingri. Ingri spotted the run. It's a decent run there from Collins, and Collins loops it over a defender, and that has taken a touch. So it's the second Jets corner of the game by my very unofficial tally. So outswinger again, just like the first corner the Jets took. Plenty of traffic in that penalty area. And now right under the shadow of the crossbar, so I think Robertson got fingertips to that. She must have, because it's going to be another corner. By the way, a quick shout out to a man who will actually be very familiar with this UNSW side, Justin Davies, the League One Women's reporter, has very kindly given me some score updates, which I'll try and run you through some score updates from the division UNSW used to be in, League One Women's. Here's the corner, aimed near post, and was up for grabs there in the 6-yard box before was sent to safety. Willandau shepherds it out of play, and so apparently still, shall we say, a little bit too warm, a bit warmer than ideal conditions for football. In fact, the sun is very bright now, so it's going to be a drinks break. I might just look at the games, the upcoming games for both of these teams. And UNSW will want to be taking advantage of their home field here in Kensington. So this is the first of 3 home games in a row. In 7 days' time, UNSW will be hosting a Bulls FC Academy. That's Sunday the 17th, 5 p.m. kickoff, and then followed for Uni on Sunday the 24th by a game against Sydney Olympic, also here, also at 5 p.m. And they finish the month of March. It's on the Catholic Easter weekend, Sunday 31st of March. They travel to the Arctic Circle to face Gladesville Ravens. For the Jets, they're back home at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility in 7 days' time. They'll host Blacktown Spartans on the 17th. And then on Sunday 24th, they're hosting Sydney University at Lake Macquarie. Then round 5, the Jets on the Catholic Easter Monday. They travel to North Turramurra Recreation Area to take on Emerging Jets. Now, I think the players, it can be hard work out there. Looked like it was tough work out there, especially in the reserves game played before this one, which I think the Jets won, by the way, 4-2 in reserves. So while the players take a well-deserved and well-advised hydration break, I might just look at League One Women's updates from the second tier. So our match of the round is just finished. That was Central Coast Mariners versus Blacktown City at Plume Park, called by the voice of Central Coast football, Pete Pryor. Finished as a 5-1 win to Central Coast Mariners. Goals from Claire Denning, Maya Lorber, Annalise Brewster, Annalise Rasmussen, and Andy Chaseling. Blacktown's goal coming from Jenny Hughes. Other scores, Bankstown City 8, Nepean 0, St George FC 3, Camden 2, Mount Druitt 5, Sutherland Strikers 0, SD Raiders 7, Southeast Phoenix 0, And Hills United 5, Interlions 0. So thanks so much to Justin for all of that. By the way, two noteworthy things. So that also means Bankstown City have scored 19 goals in their opening two games, so they're certainly on fire in an attacking sense to start the season. And Hills United, second straight win, second straight shutout for them. So the player I love to call the clean sheet queen of League One Women's, Sarah Easthope, has kept 2 clean sheets in her opening 2 games. Sounds about right. But we're back underway, and another well-timed and very helpful cloud just to cool things down there on the synthetic turf. As Puxty with the ball, Montenegro's got a job to chase that down. In fact, Salvador got the jump on her, but now Salvador going backwards. In fact, clever work to win the throw-in. By the way, just to going to be what you might call a good company man and talk about upcoming streams later today. Well, there's only one that's after this game. I'll just wait and see how this plays out with Collins. Now Sean Wild. It's the tackle there, but it shifted out, and here's Claire Adams, who's drifting all over the place, trying to find the equalizer. That's a good run from Salvador, and Salvador just overran it under pressure at the end. But Claire Adams at the center of a lot of good things the Jets are doing in attack. And by the way, in case this game isn't enough, if you're a football nut such as myself and you want one more game after this one to round off the weekend, at 7:15 p.m. in NPL Men's New South Wales, it's the St George Derby from Penshurst Park, St George City versus St George FC. It's been a late change in the commentary. It's going to be called by Dominic Crenidi, a very talented young caller and a very talented Football New South Wales writer as well. So if you love a derby, and who doesn't, tune in 7:15 p.m. Just like this one, via the live tab on the Football New South Wales YouTube page. And that was a lovely flick from Zoe Daly to find Marnie Duggan. Daly into the shadow by the tall building kind of behind us and to our left, but also offside. Tiana Robertson taking sweeper keeper to new levels, just running out casually 30 yards out from goal with the ball at her feet. Now Ingrid is something the chase sent, aims for safety going over the sidelines. Now it's up, but not really away from the penalty area, so Daly's going to try and use her height. And Uni wrangle it back to Mullins, who sends it into the sky. That Breeze could do anything with this ball. It's a good defensive header, all things told. Return though. And there's ball forward from Wild. Good ball to find Collins. Collins trying to turn on the afterburners, and I think the Jets just about quick enough as it almost opened up in the center of the field for the Jets. Threlfo. Now Landau. There's Wild. And Duggan as the free player nearest to us, but Daly caught again by Alana Zick's offside flag. Sarah Moore pretty convinced that that took a touch off Threlfo. In fact, it did. Very confident that she will be able to take the throw in now. And we've just got to shift to our right. And after a decent spell of Jets pressure, as we head past the half-hour mark. Now, time for Uni to have a go at doubling their lead. Mullins they got doubled up on, but they've kind of drawn players towards the ball and created the space first for Puxty. That's a nice switch. An opportunity left side. Montenegro is blocked off by Salvador. And that will be a corner for UNSW. Alira Toby's the short option. I think that's Montenegro trying to take it. He's about to take it. So it goes near post and Montagut rises. Still not out of the box. Moore plays it back to Mullins. And Mullins is going to go from way out. And it's a very comfortable save for Tegan Harvey. There's Duggan. Keeps her feet. Keeps it in play. Now Willandau. And Daly. There's a bit of space here. And has she got the pass right? Is Claire Adams. And that's nice. Very nice and very brave keeping from Tiana Robertson. As it opened up. That's what the kind of space the Jets have been trying to create the whole game. And Daly's pass. Very well weighted, it has to be said, but just a little bit overhit. And Tiana Robertson able to grab onto the ball. There's Daly again. So she's one-on-one with Christopher, and to all that, Christopher's got a body in the way. And does the full back's job of shepherding it out for a goal kick. The header. Montague tries to keep it alive. Toby knew she was offside though, didn't even bother. And as Tiana Robertson urges her Uni teammates to step forward. It'll be the Jets, and Uni have liked to press high when the Jets have the ball. They backed off a little bit that time. And very strong in the tackle, Alexis Collins. Now they're pressing high. Uni and Willandau. Nice spin to get away from two. That's brilliant from Willandau. Frelfo. And here's Collins. Collins wanted a runner. Christopher read the intentions there. Gets to Daly anyway. He bounces back to Duggan. Flags up though. So, and in fact, I think the free kick taken before Mia Velarde, today's referee, was ready. So we'll have take two for this restart. And if you're just joining us, or if you've joined us recently, it's Eric Subihano on the mic, live from the Village Green in Kensington. UNSW currently leading Emerging Jets by 1-0. Christopher to deliver, and I think that ball, I think looked like both of them, both attacker and defender, misjudged it. Almost like the trajectory died on them unexpectedly. I think they were both anticipating a header and then came off someone's thigh. And result, corner kick to UNSW. Everyone back for the Jets. That's all 11 Jets players in the box. Or thereabouts. Sarah Moore's the short option. That's where it goes. So, Uni trying something different. Christopher, and then think just off the wrong part of the boot, and the Jets have seen out of that dead ball situation. Daly. Looking for as the outlet nearest to us, but the touch has gone a little bit astray that time. Now, Orlando stripped the ball off Sarah Moore and passed the challenge as well. Now, a chance here. And I think UNSW expecting a decision which they did not get, and then the decision instead goes the Jets' way. So here's Daly. This time she beat Christopher to the ball, and she's got runners. Adams is one of the runners. Instead it goes, Collins was the attempted target, and it's overhit. So, Tiana Robertson with the ball kid. There's been the ball kid there, and we're back underway. Mullins going long to Moore. And I think that was Murphy with the challenge. Neat footwork from Collins. Landau. There's a player open on the far side. Instead, it goes to Ingri. Now that's Salvador, but Montenegro read it very well. And almost kept it in place. She almost started a counterattack all by herself. By the way, there's a man who knows what I'm after. Justin Davies going above and beyond to give me live updates from this comp, the NPL Women's comp. So, might as well. So, Blacktown Football Park, it's Spirit leading by 2-1 over Spartans. The Arctic Circle, RPL Leichhardt leading by 1-0 over Gladesville Ravens. Olympic versus Tigers, that's currently 2-2. Rams versus Sydney Uni, currently 0-0. And what you might call the Battle of the Beaches, it's Manly United 0, Illawarra Stingrays 2. Thanks, Justin. Loose touch there, which Toby didn't pounce on. So instead, it's Adams. And Adams, so once again the recovery run from Christopher, but she leaves it. Good, more sweeper keeping there from Robertson. And now, well, that should be onside, and Chloe Smith darting in behind. Here's Smith, keepers off a line, and Chloe Smith has lobbed it beautifully to double UNSW's lead. Chloe Smith timed the run well, the flag stayed down, and Smith kept ahead. A spectacular finish from about 30 yards out. UNSW 2, Emerging Jets 0. Oh, Justin Davies is also tuning in. Yeah, you're welcome. Justin. Oh, by the way, at halftime at, I think it's Valentine Sports Park, Bulls FC Academy leading Football New South Wales Institute by 3-1. So halftime is approaching, and UNSW looking to be in a very good position. That's the header of Puxty. Breaks for Collins, and now, well, there's 3 plays going for this, and Robertson, she okay? A bit of a, actually, no, she gets up straight away, so more brave keeping from the Uni number 1. Now that is shepherded, and it's Montenegro that time doing the defending. Jess Mullins, and doesn't link up with Smith, Uni's most recent goal scorer. And Collins dropping a little bit deeper and wider. The 1-2 with Adams. So Collins delivers, and here's the header. It's off the off the inside of the post, second chance, and it's deflected wide. So the Jets nearly halving the deficit. Great work on the far side by Collins and Adams. And the cross was pinpoint, and UNSW saved by the inside of the post. Now, Jets, another corner coming up for them. And it goes, Robertson's up, goes over her, and then coming around the back, I think was Threlfo, heads it into the side netting. Now, well, can't be offside inside your own half, so it's Tiana Petkovski heading straight towards goal, and Petkovski, she goes from long range, she's hit the post again. Smith picking up the scraps, she goes for goal, blocked by Harvey, and then there's the clearance well. The Jets need 2 goes of clearing it. Now, Petkovski could have had a hat-trick by now. She's hit the frame with the goal twice in addition to the goal that she has scored. That run was Petkovski. She was inside her own half. She knew can't be offside from there. Just go. Now this is Alira Toby breaking from midfield. And now Toby can go straight for goal here. Alira Toby hits the post. This is unbelievable. I think that's the 4th time they've hit the frame with a goal in the first half. And Alira Toby, she steadied herself. You could see it in the body language. And the Jets goal leading a charmed life. The score remains 2-0 to UNSW. There's Montenegro. By the way, I don't know if there's any Mighty Ducks fans out there, but I don't know if anyone remembers. I think it's Mighty Ducks 2, where... All right, I'll hold that thought because Toby's in behind again. And Toby, she lobs the keeper and scores. Alira Toby, she did what Tiana Petkovski did earlier, scoring about a minute after hitting the post. Again, the run was well timed from Toby. And the finish, just like Chloe Smith's earlier, a very neat lob over the keeper and into the net, and UNSW, with their 3 goals in the first half, are looking good for the 3 points. There we go. So, Football New South Wales Media Works, certainly a team effort. And that, Sarah Moore might get to this, and it's spilled. But then Sarah Moore's been pinged for the free kick there. Well, yes, Football New South Wales Media is a team effort. Yeah, great line from Justin Davies. UNSW have more posts than the moody teenager. Love it. In fact, to try and complete my Mighty Ducks 2 analogy, if you remember that game where the American coach and I think the Icelandic coach play that game to hit both posts and the crossbar, well, if that was a game, UNSW have completed that as well in the first half. Keeper's right-hand post, keeper's left-hand post, and the crossbar. Hit all 3 of them. And they've scored 3 goals as well. Now, Petkovski holds down R2 to beat Threlfo to the ball, and she's left Threlfo on the turf as well. Now, Petkovski passed Daly and into the box. What are her crossing options? In fact, she might go direct, and she's hit the inside of the post. It has not crossed the line. So that's the 5th time UNSW have hit the frame with a goal in the first half. That's the 3rd time they've hit the keeper's right-hand post. Petkovski, millimeters away from scoring, would probably have been a contender for goal of the season, or at least goal of the month. Now Petkovski loops it up, and it's Sarah Moore. Used her body well and has the overlapping run from Murphy as well. Holds it up now, finds Murphy, but Murphy's gone too early. Now, it's Toby who's reeled it in. Foot in there, I think, from Sound Wild. Now Sarah Moore. And Sarah Moore's glided past a couple of challenges. By the way, don't be confused by the countdown clock on the scoreboard. If you can see it, it's clearly ticked over because we're in first half stoppage time. Yes, there are not 14 minutes to go in the first half. So about 30 seconds of additional time played so far in the opening period. And the universe signal for, I've got this, slow it down from Tiana Robertson. And I think she's just going to wait until she's pressed. In fact, she just wants to get on with it. So, I mean, there was a drinks break. Maybe it might be one more chance, maybe enough time for one more chance. Now, almost, that was a very needed tackle there. I think it might have been O'Hagan. That's Sarah Moore almost running clean through on goal. Now, I think that's O'Hagan. Oh, sorry, Alicia Ingri in the way. Now that will be simple for the uni keeper. And this time she waits until she's pressed before using her gloves. And there's the whistle from Mia Velarde. And this latest test of UNSW's NPL credentials is going very well for the hosts. They lead by 3-0 over Emerging Jets as the teams head to the dressing sheds on what is a very warm day here in Kensington. Tiana Petkovsky opened the scoring after about 8 minutes from the penalty spot. Chloe Smith made it 2-0 in the 38th minute with a lovely lob, and then Alira Toby with her own lob made it 3-0 in the 43rd minute. UNSW have also hit the frame with the goal 5 times, if you can believe it, in this first half. So the students are very much in control. This is Eric Subihana on the mic for the Football New South Wales YouTube page. We'll take a short break, about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll be back for the second half. Welcome back to the second half of this NPL Women's New South Wales broadcast, round 2 of the 2024 season. And it's a case of so far so good for the hosts, University of New South Wales, leading by 3-0 over Emerging Jets, with goals from Tiana Petkovski, Chloe Smith and Alira Toby. Of course, no fourth official in this division, so I'm just double checking the shirt numbers to see if it's as you were for the teams to begin the second half. But in the meantime, there's the whistle. Away we go for the second half. And what kind of response to Emerging Jets have to what happened in the opening 45 minutes? Can they in fact score their first goal of the 2024 season? There's a challenge right in front of the Jets technical area, and the throw-in goes the way of the visitors. It should be there for Mullins, although she's then pressed by Collins, and she will win a goal kick. So I think there's been no substitutions, at least for Uni, so actually a brief refresher on their lineup. In goal, number 1, Tiana Robertson. Their back four from left to right, number 15, Sabine Montenegro, number 5, Leah Puxty, number 14, Jess Mullins, and number 20, Cassandra Christopher. 3 in midfield, number 4, Alira Toby, number 8, Sonia Murphy, and number 33, just ahead of those two, at the top of the midfield, so to speak, Margot Montagut in the front three. On the left, this player on the ball now, number 6, Chloe Smith. On the right, number 88, Sarah Moore, and at centre forward, number 9, Tiana Petkovski. Now, here's the run from Adams. Threlford under a little bit of pressure from Moore, able to find one of her fellow defenders, Alicia Ingri. Now Montagut steps in well, good win on the blind side. Now Petkovski, quick shift to the feet, and wins a free kick. Now, there's the steal there. Potential Jets counter-attack, but Murphy, with kind of defenders out of position, just dropping in and blocking the path to goal. Puxty goes backwards. Here's Montenegro. Well, those two have swapped, so Montenegro, at least for the time being, in central defence, or the left stopper, so to speak. I wonder if Puxty and Montenegro will swap back. Robertson. The longer ball, the flick from Smith, very nice, and here's Puxty. Now Puxty's gone direct, and Petkovski, good speed here, round the defender, and Puxty leaves the keeper on the floor. The shot's blocked by Threlfo, and she will recover before it crosses the line. So Petkovski nearly adding to her personal tally for the afternoon, nearly scoring Uni's 4th. Now Petkovski, I don't think she tried to bend it, and it just didn't bend that time. So instead it is a goal kick. By the way, I'm also pretty confident Jets have not made any subs at halftime, so just a refresher on their starting lineup. It's in goal, number 1, Tegan Harvey. We've got 3 at the back, 3 central defenders. Number 10, Isabella Threlfo. Number 9, Emma O'Hagan, and number 5, Alicia Ingri. On the right side of the 5-player midfield is number 23, Molly Salvador. On the left side, number 28, Zoe Daly. 3 central midfielders, number 6, Sean Wild, number 7, Chloe Willandau, and number 8, Claire Adams. And the 2 up front, number 15, Alexis Collins, and number 19, Marnie Duggan. They're roughly in a 3-5-2. Now, that almost turned into a pass for Montenegro. Now, she got a bit of a taste for it, and she was able to press a loose-ish pass, although Salvador was quick enough to maintain possession for the Jets. Toby. And Toby, she's trying to play that killer pass. It's blocked. Now Murphy. Uni going back to Robertson. Robertson halfway to her first clean sheet for 2024. And still a lot of football to be played. As the Jets once again building from the back while the pressure's coming, and Montagut was in there, so was Smith. The ball skipped just past Petkovsky. There's a neat turn from Threlfo. Now Daly. And is Daly. It's a bit of a one to chase for Duggan, so Toby goes back to the keeper. Now, this might break for UNSW. There's a couple of runners from Montagut. There's also a nice defensive header from Ingri. Now, Landau's dropped a little bit deeper, I think, trying to help the Jets get a foothold in the second half. And since the interval, 6 minutes played, for second half still young of course, but Tiana Robertson, the uni keeper, largely unbothered. It's Toby. Back to Mullins. Now Toby looking to pull the strings. As Threlfo up into the air, and it breaks for Montagut. Now it's Duggan. That's a good tackle from Murphy, and then Toby back to the keeper. So a little glimpse of Murphy and Toby doing what you want from any central midfield partnership, protecting their team's back four. The two of them stopped that Jets attack really before it got going. Now, that's opened up for Sean Wild. That's now a room to run. He's tried to hit Salvador with the early pass. Now it's Adams, and she's won the ball, but also conceded the throw-in. And good to see the sportsmanship between Adams and Leah Puxty, although, I mean, Leah Puxty is a former Jet, I suppose you'd imagine that she knows these Jets players really well. Now, there's Montenegro. And, there's now Petkovsky, urged on by fans in the Moya Dodge stand. Petkovsky in the one-on-one situation. Crosses, it'll break for Sarah Moore, and Sarah Moore pulls the trigger and has dragged it wide. So the score stays at 3-0. More great work from Petkovsky. In fact, we're about to see a substitution. Petkovsky, good run down the left and across as well. Found Sarah Moore, and Sarah Moore not too far away from getting herself on the score sheet. Now, that could wait for Uni, and there's the shot, and in fact, there's a substitution. Jasmine Maguire just come on the field and almost made the most instant of impacts. Has gone on an attack, immediately winning the ball on the edge of the Jets' penalty area. And an early sider for Maguire, the first Uni substitute of the day. Now, there's Puxty, and Puxty, the ball goes sideways, and it's Christopher getting some distance before a bit of friendly fire. The Jets between, I think that Landau and, possibly Duggan and Daly. Now, that's a nice turn from Petkovsky. Now, how much speed does she have? Well, I don't know, she didn't. I think Petkovsky might have even just, turned on the Jets and gone herself, so to speak. She just, there was space in front of her, and then a bit of hesitation, and she was closed down. But good recovery defending from the Jets in that phase of play. Duggan sends it back. Looks to be Emma O'Hagan. apologies for not confirming this earlier. It does appear that at uni sub, number 3, Jasmine Maguire, replacing number 33, Margot Montagu. Another efficient shift from the French woman in the uni central midfield. It's consistent with what I've seen when I was watching UNSW in last year's, what ended up being a successful promotion campaign. UNSW earning promotion from League One Women's. Meanwhile, Jet sub, of course, always a bit of a nightmare for commentators. Subs on the far side of the field. Zoe Daly looks to have left the field. And in fact, looks like Zoe Daly has been replaced by number 4, Emily Franklin. So that's the first substitution made by the visiting side. Franklin appears to be gone on at centre forward, and Alexis Collins has gone to the left-hand side of that Jets formation. Back to Robertson, and Franklin immediately getting involved and pressuring the keeper. Now Toby, and almost went over the top of the ball there, but all's well that ends well. And here's Maguire, the fresh legs, and now Sarah Moore free in the middle. Here's Moore, and she scored. Sarah Moore adds another to Uni's tally. They're going to run away with the victory here, you feel, but continuing on from their good work, their very good work in the first half. And it's now UNSW 4, Emerging Jets 0. Jasmine Maguire, who nearly scored with her very first touch. Instead, she has been the provider, and Sarah Moore on the score sheet now. It does mean a good day, definitely a very good day for the Uni attack, when at least the 3 players that started in attack for UNSW, Chloe Smith, Tiana Petkovsky, and Sarah Moore, they are now all on the score sheet. As they started an attack, because it looks like Chloe Smith is the most advanced of the 3 Uni central midfielders, and that means Jasmine Maguire is now on the right wing for the Jets. Sorry, for right. Jasmine Maguire's on the right wing for Uni, where she certainly made an impact. Incredibly, 4 goals, but the amount of goals they've scored today, Uni, less than the number of times they've hit the frame with a goal. They'll be looking to equalise that tally, as saw Molly Salvador in space nearest to us. Instead, the ball stays fairly centrally. Sean Wild. Wild, I think she was looking for a decisive pass. Instead, she'll keep it between herself and Alicia Ingri. Threlfo calling for the ball. Now the pressure coming immediately from Toby. You've seen an opportunity. Almost had a chance to run through on goal. Now that's a nice ball from Wallandau. There's Collins, moved out to the left-hand side recently. Good turn, and now trajectory looked nice in the air, but then it ended up being very simple for Robertson. Now, is that going to be sawn from Maguire? Well, we'll go on. There's no whistle. It's not a head injury, so official's not obliged to stop anything. And then Emily Franklin. Well, the refs will stop it for that. Franklin commits a foul. We just look ahead to the games coming up next weekend in the NPL Women's New South Wales competition. So that would be round 3, but next weekend on Saturday, there's actually 3 women's games. So at 3 p.m. at the Arctic Circle, it's Northwest Sydney Spirit versus Sydney University. Then 6:30 p.m. Saturday, Northern Tigers versus Manly United. And a good one, that one. That'll be called by Dublin Dave. Our new Irish caller, Dave Feeney, just called the commentary team. We're certainly glad to have him. Then there's 5 NPL women's games in 7 days' time on Sunday. 2 p.m. Sunday, it's the Festival of Football, RPL Leichhardt versus Sydney Olympic from Leichhardt Oval. That'll be called by the Serbian Martin Tyler, Nikola Poster. Then 4:45 p.m. on Sunday, it's Football New South Wales Institute versus MacArthur Rams. That one's called by another new caller, Annabelle Banfield. Great to have you in our team, Annabelle. I think the player's taking an impromptu drinks break. I think we're just about ready to get back underway. No one seems too hurt. Then 3 NPL women's games, 5 p.m. on Sunday versus the Emerging Jets versus Blacktown Spartans. Another new caller for that one, Ashley Borg. Also at 5 p.m. in 7 days' time, Illawarra Stingrays versus Gladesville Ravens. That'll be called by Wollongong Sax Boyd, Thomas Phillips. And finally, it's University of New South Wales versus Bulls FC Academy. That one's here in 7 days' time, 5 p.m. And there's also the League One Women's, the second-tier match of the round for next weekend. That's 5:30 p.m. on Sunday. It's Bankstown City versus Marconi Stallions from Jensen Park. And there is quite the shirt pull on Claire Adams. And Mia Velarde, we're going to see the first cards, and the hand up from Leah Puxley won't stop what's coming next. And there is a yellow card for a shirt pull that is about as subtle as some of my jokes. Right in front of the Moya Dodd stand and right in front of the referee. And Mia Velarde really had no choice. So now Adams, the player fouled, will win this free kick. Sorry, will take this free kick. Now, as the header, I think, from Mullins. She does stand out with that black headband. Now Petkovsky looking to use his speed again, but Wallandau has won the ball very cleanly. That's a nice tackle from Wallandau. Ingri and Adams still out wide after that free kick. Steps past Montenegro, and here's Adams. Adams, almost another shirt pull, and then yes, Montenegro this time fouling Adams. So Claire Adams about to have a set piece with that is a little bit closer. I did talk up her long shooting ability in the first half. This one, well, possibly a little bit too long even for her. Although it does appear that she might even be trying to play this into a headwind based on what we're feeling here in the Moya Dodd stand. Past the hour mark here at the Village Green, it's UNSW 4, Emerging Jets 0. Thanks for joining us on Football New South Wales YouTube page. And Jets trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time in 2024. So Adams, in fact, it's almost direct, or maybe she was looking for a runner and didn't quite pick him out. And it's an easy one for Robertson. By the way, just on that point of new callers, next week's women's actions across NPL Women's New South Wales. As I mentioned, I shouted out Dublin Dave Feeney, also Annabelle Banfield and Ashley Borg. There's another call that's new for this season. She's actually calling the League One Women's game in 7 days' time. So Melissa Muscat will be calling Bankstown City versus Marconi Stallions. Oh, love to see more. Oh, it's going to be landing on the roof of the net. I think that was Maguire again, certainly getting herself into the center of the action. Cross shot, whatever it was, it's landed on the roof of the net. Now, going to see something we don't see too often. There's going to be a keeper sub. And a very enthusiastic fan to my right is like me, loves a keeper sub. So I'm glad I paid attention to who the keeper was when I saw UNSW warm up. I can tell you that the new keeper is number 21, Ali Hinson. She's going to be guarding the net in place of Tiana Robertson. That was the easy sub to figure out. I think I can see number 17, Hannah Chirac. And as this play turns around, it'll be number 24, Alessia Dalpane. So there we go. I do often say that's the commentator's nightmare, the triple sub with the technical areas on the far side of the field, but that one wasn't too bad. Now, I can already see, possibly off frame, but Hinson clearly keeping up, shall we say, the sweeper keeper positioning that Robertson was doing. She actually started that phase of play well outside of box and then had to backpedal just in case. Ali Hinson, another new UNSW signing. Now Dalpane chasing this, but Tegan Harvey pretty unrushed and unbothered as she sends it and finds a teammate. Now, Chirac she was able to turn, then immediately stopped by Wallandau. Now, cutting inside, I think that's Collins, stopped by Toby. Now it was almost could have been awkward for Ingri. She's wrangling it back to the keeper. Toby once again, and then Orlando tried the tackle. Toby's ridden the challenge. Now back, and there's touch. First touch for Ali Hinson, the new UNSW keeper in more ways than one. She is new to UNSW for the 2024 season. Previously, she was with St. George FC, club based not too far away from here, and I think we're going to have the drinks break. So Ali Hinson, no stranger to football in the New South Wales competitions. And Ali Hinson also originally from Capital Football, where she kept goal for some distinction, I believe, with Canberra Croatia FC. So that's quite a common theme in especially the women's comps in New South Wales, to have players coming in from outside the Sydney area for the next stage of their career. So that's what Ali Hinson has done. So drinks break, and perhaps time to kind of perhaps a check-in. Thanks firstly to whoever had the foresight to put power in the stand here at the Moya Dodge stand. I've been able to hook my laptop up, so I'll check the other YouTube streams and see what's going on. So at the Arctic Circle, Gladesville Ravens 1, RPL Leichhardt 2. So down on the Northern Beaches, Manly United 1, Illawarra Stingrays 2. So Manly have pulled the goal back there. At Linwood Park, Macarthur Rams 2, Sydney Uni 0. At the Blacktown Football Park, well, plenty of goals for whoever's calling that game at the shipping container in Rudy Hill, because Spartans 2, Spirit 2. At Petermore Field, Sydney Olympic 4, Northern Tigers 2, lots of goals there, and a game that would be close to completion. It kicked off slightly earlier than the other games. Bulls FC Academy 4, Football New South Wales Institute 2. That's in the final 10 minutes. Now Maguire, something to chase, and it's just going to run away from her, I think. Good effort there from Maguire, but of course the ball just keeps running and running on synthetic turf, especially the newer ones, the newer surfaces. But once again, Jasmine Maguire getting involved. That's actually will please the uni coaching staff. Substitutes making an impact like that straight away. Now, here's Emily Franklin. And Franklin, that's another, well, number 4 and number 4 there. And Alira Toby's, he's put in a number of good tackles today, in addition to scoring that lovely goal. It was Uni's third just before half-time. So there's the ball fielded by Tegan Harvey. Now Orlando's dropped into her own box. Jets once again looking to build from the back. So there's quite a bit of space there. In fact, my apologies, I missed a substitution. So number 18, Madeline Conn, now on the field. And Conn getting a couple of early touches in her time in this first grade fixture. As Collins skipping past the challenge, Franklin's ahead of her. So is Adams. It goes to Franklin. And the flag's up. The flag is up, so offside. We are now trying to figure out who Madeline Conn replaced for the Jets. Looks like Chloe Orlando is actually, well, yeah, quite a versatile player, Orlando. She's, I would say she's done really well in the Jets central midfield today, now dropping into the back 3. She was a double sub at the drinks break. Ah, that's the real commentator's nightmare. But number 3 for the Jets, Sophie Howarth, are also on the field. So I'm narrowing down who the players are that have been replaced. Ah, yes, that's it. Ah. It's actually a triple sub made by the Jets at the drinks breaks. Number 12, Amelia Grace Elder, has also entered the play. Surely they didn't make a quadruple sub. Well. Now, a bit of a sore one for a Jets player. We go on, and in fact, I think Emma Hagen will get back to her feet quickly enough. So it looks like substituted plays for the Jets, or Maguire's on another run, so we'll hold that thought. Maguire looking to the far post, deals Dalpane, and should keep this in play. Now 1-on-1 support coming from Montenegro. Instead she crosses, and that is cleared. And it looks like two of the players replaced for the Jets, so it would be Alicia Ingri and Isabella Threlfo. Now, it's Orlando's red bounce now up against two. Going back to O'Hagan, and then back to the keeper it goes. Now that's Toby's ping for the foul. A foul there, a bit too physical in the aerial challenge against Madeline Conn. Marnie Duggan's the other player who got for the Jets who got subbed at the drinks break. Not quite sure on that one yet, but it's also been a reshuffle. You can, as I said earlier, Chloe Willando flags up by the way, offside against Uni. Chloe Willando, as I said, did well, quite well, I thought. Or has done quite well in the Jets central midfield today. Now showing her versatility, dropping into the back three. Now, Alira Toby, good performance from her as she settles into life as a UNSW player, and that's it's the general commentator's lament, just wishing for a play to turn around. Alira Toby replaced by number 29 Karina Medaglia, and that will be that. That's all 5 subs for the Jets. Landau finding Salvador. Now Adams. And Adams tried to run around on Murphy. In fact, she might still benefit, but she's instead fouled Montenegro. And, it's an enterprise nonetheless from Claire Adams. To the final 20 minutes here, and I've just noticed the scoreboard. It had a brief moment of self-doubt. It's 4-0, not 5-0, but don't be fooled. So let's look at the graphic in the top left of your screen there. Yes, it was about UNSW leading by 4-0. Those goals coming from Tiana Petkovsky, Chloe Smith, Alira Toby, and Sarah Moore. So Eric Subihana here on the mic. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're enjoying it. Now, Alessia Dalpane, tight angle, and Tegan Harvey hasn't quite stopped it, and Alessia Dalpane makes the impact off the bench, and now it is 5-0 to UNSW. So impact off the bench, that's what the uni coaching staff want to see. That'll please Pat McCann, who's a leader taking charge of the side for this season. And Dalpane, once again the beneficiary of UNSW's passing game and how they've been able to trouble the high back line that the Jets are playing. She's run in behind, and you say keep them low. It's what they always teach you. Angles tight, keep it low and aim towards the far corner. And via Tegan Harvey's fingertips, Dalpane has done just that. Now Collins shouting for the ball and getting it. I think that looks like Montenegro running it from her own box, and now there's a long-range effort that won't dip in time. And in fact, that was Madeline Conn. Sensed an opportunity. but was not able to test Tiana Robertson. It does look like it's part of the reshuffle the Jets made after the triple sub at the drinks break. Landau stooping to head there. Now it's Elder. No, back heel from Adams. Nice work to Landau. And now Molly Salvador crosses, and that's easy. Oh, sorry, that's not Tiana Robertson. There was a sub. My apologies. It's Ali Hinson. Now, sliding challenge there from Maguire, and then Chirac. As a noise of kind of semi-disappointment from some Uni fans near us. Thought there would be a chance for another of the Uni substitutes. So there's room to turn for Con. Now, nice drop of the shoulder there. And it could be a chance for the Jets, and Claire Adams won't be able to catch up to that cross. Goes across the face of goal, and it is a goal kick. Now, in fact, Mia Ballard is checking on the welfare of possibly Cassandra Christopher. Anyway, it turns out of course, early in the season, this is the stage in the game where people do tend to, you do sometimes see a bit of cramp, so Cassandra Christopher, who a very wholehearted competitor, is going to try and battle through. Of course, Uni have made all their subs, so if she can't continue, in fact, yeah, she's not moving very freely at all, Christopher, so she's been covered by Maguire, who's dropped back into right back. Uni can't make a sub here, so I wonder how they're going to do this, because, I mean, it's probably not worth taking a risk. Might as well just try and play with 10, but we'll see what Pat McCann does. Because, yeah, Christopher's not looking very comfortable out there. Another long-range effort. It's dipping and not in time. And well, a sense there was a little bit of worry in Ali Hinson. No keeper likes being lobbed, but she is still on the way to keeping what I suppose you call a combined clean sheet between herself and Tiana Robertson. And it's the Jets still unable to find the back of the net. Jets winning it high once again. And the first time pass. Now Hinson's got to be quick off the line. Won't matter in the end, although she was brave to dive at the feet of Emily Franklin. In fact, the flag was going to be up against Franklin, but Uni had the ball, so the officials decide to just get on with it. So Puxting looking to cover, and she will concede a throw in. Yes. Now Landau keeping the move alive, and Adams found space. This time the flag stays down, and Adams has just overhit it. Aim far post. With Collins darting towards the center of the area. That's a nice run. There's a tight angle. Cross blocked by Mullins. Now, is that Con who kept it alive? And Jets, certainly good work from them. Haven't let their heads drop despite the scoreline. Now it's the ball from Mullins stepping out from the back, and now it's Dalpane. So Landau now defending, and clean tackle. Now Landau, I think, well, she could let that wasn't going to roll out for a goal kick. She gets helped out by Salvador. And now, with the breeze blowing and the shadow pretty much covering the entirety of the field, time for one last push. And the result is pretty much settled, but there's always a chance for these players to impress coaches. There's always a team to be selected for next week. And of course, Uni with the scoreline the way it is, and I want to keep this good feeling going as long as possible. And who knows? You never know when goal difference will matter at the end of the season. So I'm sure Uni will try to add to their tally of 5 goals for this afternoon. Nope. Now, almost an awkward one. With O'Hagan almost tripping on the ball, but it ends up all right. Now far side with Collins. Sean Wild. Back to O'Hagan. Now the pressure's coming. There's Amelia Grace Elder with nice feet to keep it away from trouble. Gets the ball back from Howarth, another substitute. O'Hagan looking for the forward pass, and nice turn from Adams once more, and Adams couldn't pick out Franklin. Now there's Dalpane, nice ball for Chirac. And Chirac has found Petkovsky, and here's Tiana Petkovsky, and the ball still bobbling in the box before the second time of asking. Tegan Harvey gathers. Trying to see what's happened. As there's Christopher, well, actually appears so it's good because she looked to be moving very awkwardly 5 minutes ago, but looking good to see Christopher's back up and running. Now decent cross from Dalpane, and there's the header, but it wouldn't have counted. Although I suppose, I don't know if that technically counts as them hitting the frame with the goal for the 6th time, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. Chloe Smith pinged for a foul. Nice move from Con. 4 in front of her. So the ball to Adams. And Adams, will it break for Franklin? It does. Franklin looking for Collins. Instead, it's Jasmine Maguire sending it into the park next door. Now they're just holding it up. Thank you to that kind member of the public. Good throw as well. One bounce in. Ended up with one of the Jets coaches. Oh, well, that makes sense. He's playing cricket in the nets. That's why he's so good at throwing. Ah, it all makes sense now. Chirac. Now Murphy. And Puxty going high. And here's Petkovsky. And now Jets taking it the other way with Adams. Players need to stay on side here. And here's Franklin. I'll never know, I suppose. A nice first touch to take it out of the sky from Adams. Off the clearance from Hinson. Now, that's been covered by Dalpane. And Dalpane doing well at both ends of the field. It's a substitute, scored a goal, and also a nice covering run. Now Adams with a nutmeg. She hasn't stopped trying, although now that was a bit of a sore one. Hope Claire's just winded nothing more. And in fact, yes, there's nothing really opening up in terms of an attacking opportunity. Only chance for a breather, and we have the ref checking on Claire Adams' welfare. So with that stoppage, just perhaps one more chance to talk about streams coming up. So 7:15 p.m. Tonight, less than half an hour away, it's the St George Derby in NPL Men's New South Wales from Penshurst Park. St George City versus St George FC, and that will be called by Dominic Crenidi. to see. Derbies usually have a good deal of intensity, and you've got players switching between both sides of the St. George divide, so that should be some good viewing in NPL Men's New South Wales at the 7:15. Now, Dalpane chasing the ball, and Walanda chasing Dalpane. Cross was behind the runner in the middle. I think that was Petkovsky. Oh, sorry, that was Medalia, my bad. Medalia's number 29, Dalpane's number 24. In fact, well, again, it's Adams, so, well, I don't like to see a play fail go down really, but especially twice in quick succession. And it's another stoppage. Well, going around the grounds as Claire Adams helped to her feet. There's drama at the Arctic Circle. The Ravens have pulled it back, so it's 2-2 between Ravens and Apia. That one's in the closing stages. Still 2-1 to Illawarra Stingrays over Manly United. Still 2-0 to Macarthur Rams over Sydney Uni. Still 2-2 between Spartans and Spirit. Still 4-2 to Olympic over Northern Tigers. And I've lost my place on the YouTube page. But yeah, it's so easy. With all that YouTube streaming, you can switch between the games very, very easy. Of course, it's free to sign up as well. And then 4-2 was the final score between Bulls FC Academy and Football New South Wales Institute. Now, okay, so they decided, yes, the Jets did have one sub remaining, so let's see. So it does look like Claire Adams has left the field for us. Ah, yes, it's the player furthest to us. Okay, now, well, I mean, it won't affect us for too long, but there's two Jets players wearing number 12 jerseys, so hope the refs are across this, because I won't be. Now, so with the reddish or orangish bow would be Amelia Grace Elder. I saw her take the field earlier, so that other number 12 without the bow will be either Darla Rose Black or Ruby Geach. My God, I hope she doesn't score, because that would be very unfortunate. With the greatest of respect to both Darla Rose and Ruby. No. That's Uni going the other way, looking to add a 6. There's a free runner in the middle, and Medalia instead tries to do it herself and slices the shot wide. I wonder, I suppose the only thought left, how much stoppage time Mia Velarde wants to play. Result's pretty much done and dusted. UNSW going to make a little bit more history after, of course, being promoted last year. About to earn their first win in the top flight. Hinson clears, finds Montenegro. Dalpane almost outnumbered. The pinball breaks her way though. And here's Murphy. She's had a nice solid shift in central midfield. Done a lot of the simple things and done them well. Puxty thought about the back pass. The Jets saw that coming as well. So instead it goes forward. I suppose maybe one more time. Let's talk about the women's streams coming up next weekend. So Saturday, 2 women's games. That's Saturday, 2 women's games. 3 p.m. Spirit versus Sydney Uni, and 6:30 p.m. Northern Tigers versus Manly United. Then 5 NPL women's games on the Sunday as Petkovsky goes for goal and Harvey saves. So Sunday, 2 p.m. RPL Leichhardt versus Sydney Olympic. As the pressure still coming from UNSW, aiming for a 6th goal. 4:45 p.m. on Sunday, Football New South Wales Institute versus Macarthur Rams, and 3 NPL women's games Sunday, 5 p.m. in 7 days' time. Those being Emerging Jets versus Blacktown Spartans, Illawarra Stingrays versus Gladesville Ravens, and University of New South Wales versus Bulls FC Academy. And the second tier, the League One Women's match of the round for next weekend, Sunday 5:30 p.m. at Bankstown City versus Marconi Stallions. And that one will be called by Melissa Muscat, another new caller. So Melissa and Ashley Borg. Melissa Muscat and Ashley Borg trying to launch a Maltese takeover of our commentary team. And wishing all the best to them with their respective calls next week. Now, I think the angle we had made it look more underhit than it actually was, as Jess Mullins is slow to get to her feet in back play, but this one's almost over, and I think it's time to one final push for these players before we're done. Well, Justin Davies giving me the updates from the Arctic Circle. Oh, the Ravens, they're now leading 3-2 over Apia. So Apia were leading not too long ago, but the Ravens have come back. Now, that breaks for Chirac. Steps past a challenge. And Chirac looking for Medallia. Nice ball. And Medallia with the side foot. And they've hit the post. And it's been scooped over on the rebound by Chirac. So nearly a sixth. And also the sixth time they've hit the frame of the goal today, if you can believe it. University of New South Wales. Medallia going for the most finesse of shots with the side foot. And she nearly made the goal-scoring impact after coming on the field as a substitute. Now, Madeline Conn. Nice shift of play, looking for Franklin, and Mullins again. And really, Jess Mullins, and she's still defending stoutly, even in second half stoppage time. Jess Mullins, a large part of the reason why Uni have nearly kept this clean sheet. Amelia Grace Elder, by the way. I'm just moderately amused that someone in an academy team has the surname Elder. Don't mind me. Franklin. And now, might break for Collins. And Collins left-footed. And that's Dalpane. She scored a goal. She's also blocked a goal-bound shot. Good work from the substitute, the number 24. There's the whistle. And it's University of New South Wales, their first win in the women's top tier of New South Wales football. They have defeated Emerging Jets by 5-0. Tiana Petkovsky opened the scoring in the 8th minute from the penalty spot. Chloe Smith made it 2 with a nice lob in the 38th minute. And then just before time, Alira Toby, she scored with another lob to make it 3-0. Sarah Moore made it 4-0 from the break from close range in the 57th minute. And the scoring was rounded off in the 75th minute by Alessia Dalpane on the field as a substitute. Hope you stick around on the Football New South Wales YouTube live streams. You've got the closing stages of the game at the Arctic Circle, with Gladesville Ravens currently leading Apia Laika by 3-2. And at 7:15 p.m, it's the St George Derby in NPL Men's New South Wales. St George City versus St George FC from Penshurst Park, called by Dominic Criniti. But for now, this is Eric Subihano signing off. Thanks for joining us on Football New South Wales YouTube. We hope to see you soon. Wishing you plenty of good vibes, great coffee, sick tattoos, razzlers, and may your team continue to make history. See you next time.